when I was younger, I used to sleep quite a lot. I used to wake up at 11 or 12, and I feel like I didn't really get that much out my days. I used to go to sleep late, watching Netflix quite a lot. And then when I was at university, I used to wake up at 4 p.m. sometimes. Yeah, again, my days weren't that productive. But over the last 21 days, I've woken up at 5:30 every single day, and it's been great. And this is how I do it. Hey everyone, my name's Niam, and over the last few years, I've lost 50 kilograms in body weight. I've been working on myself, and I just wanted to share some of the lessons that I've learned along the way, because I feel like I've changed my mindset, I've changed my attitude, I've become more positive, I've become happier. And if the lessons that I've learned can help other people, then that would be great. But for now, let's get into it. I want to zoom out a little bit and explain why I think waking up early is really powerful, especially if you're someone that is not used to it or feels like they want to do it, but they don't have the motivation or the discipline to do so. Starting to do it can be transformational in your ability to get things done in the day and really changing the way in which you lead your life. I think there's three kind of categories of benefits to waking up early. First is the short-term benefit. If you're making the sacrifice to wake up early in the morning and go to sleep earlier at night and not watch Netflix or scroll on Instagram or doom scroll on TikTok, then you're probably going to be working towards something that you love, or doing something that you really enjoy, or working towards a goal or a dream. And by doing that every single day, you're going to feel more productive, you're going to feel more fulfilled, you're going to feel like you're spending your time in a more meaningful way. And so that means every single day that you do that, it's an instant kind of level up for that specific day. I don't think there's a medium-term benefit. I think the medium-term benefit kind of leads on from the short-term benefit, in the sense that if you are working towards something like a goal, for me it was fitness, and now I'm working on my YouTube channels or my YouTube videos. If you are working towards a goal, then because you've set that protected time aside to kind of work on your goal, where you're not going to be distracted, you have the freedom to work on it without anyone disturbing you, or without any notifications, or without it being kind of interrupted by any other obligations or responsibilities, then you're more likely to achieve those goals, because you're going to consistently show up to the daily action that you need to achieve those goals. And so it's going to make it easier to kind of stick to it and then achieve what you want and what you desire, and make the change that you really need to make in your life to get what you want. And then the long-term benefit is this kind of compounding idea that if you can keep the commitment to yourself every single day to wake up early, it's the evidence to yourself that you are someone that shows up for yourself. You know, if you have a friend, every time you organize to meet them, they don't show up, or they show up late, then you're not really going to have any trust or faith in that friend. And it's the same for yourself as well. If you keep telling yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to wake up early, and then you never do it, you're kind of creating this evidence towards the idea that you are someone that doesn't show up for yourself, and that compounds over time, and it can kind of negatively spiral. And so if you want to switch that and change that, if you make the commitment to yourself that you're going to wake up on time, and you do that consistently for a week, you're immediately kind of changing the trajectory of the belief system about yourself, and that can really be powerful over a long period of time. So this is how you kind of wake up early, in my opinion. In order to wake up early consistently, you have to be disciplined to do it. The reason why I say that is because there's going to be days where you don't want to wake up early and you just want to lie in bed. And discipline is doing something, doing an action, even when you don't want to do it or you don't feel like doing it. In order to wake up early every single day, you need to have discipline. So if you need to have discipline in order to wake up consistently, we need to kind of understand what discipline is, right? Discipline is, and this is something that I've learned from Stephen Bartlett's book, 33 Laws of Business and Life. And discipline is the subjective importance of the goal plus the psychological benefit of pursuing that goal minus the psychological cost of pursuing that goal. If you think about gym, for example, for me, I like going to the gym. I'm very disciplined about it. I go pretty much 6 days a week, so 90% of the time. And for me, the subjective importance of going to the gym is pretty high. I think for me, I've seen the benefit of it, and so it's pretty high on the importance scale. So I'm going to rank that 8 out of 10. The psychological enjoyment of going to the gym for me, again, is 8 out of 10. I really enjoy it. I love the feeling of endorphins. I love the feeling after a heavy set of that rush that you get, the heartbeat going high. That amazing feeling is really enjoyable for me. And then the psychological cost of going to the gym, okay, there's a little bit of effort. I have to kind of get into my gym clothes, go to my car, drive there. So I'm going to put that at 3 out of 10. The score that I've given for that kind of action that I take going to the gym is 8 plus 8 minus 3, which is 13, which is positive. And so I have discipline around going to the gym. So in order to consistently wake up early, you need to understand what part of this equation is not allowing you to wake up early? Is it the importance of waking up early? Is it the enjoyment of waking up early? Or is it the cost of waking up early? And then by manipulating one of those variables, you're going to be able to consistently wake up earlier. And so for me, in order to wake up early, the way in which I manipulate these variables is that I take actions that push the needle in the direction of making the result of this equation positive. So for me, I like to write down exactly the action I'm going to take early in the morning. And at the moment it's working on my YouTube video, but I'll write down, okay, I'm going to edit this video, I'm going to shoot this video, I'm going to script this video. So I'll be really specific about between the hours of 5:30 and 8:30 a.m. what is the action I'm going to take? What am I going to pursue? What goal am I going to work towards? What is the activity that I'm going to do in that morning? And so as soon as I do that, and I write that down every single day the night before, as soon as I do that, the psychological importance or the subjective importance of waking up early immediately increases. And so it's pushing the equation more positive in terms of having that discipline to wake up early. Number two is I make it more enjoyable for me to wake up early. So I put my phone away from my bed. And the reason why it's more enjoyable to wake up early is that the benefit of turning off my alarm when it goes off is high, because the alarm is so far away from me that if I don't do it, I'll have to stay in bed with the alarm on. And so by doing that, the psychological benefit of waking up early and getting out of bed and starting my day early is really high. And then finally, I'll go to sleep on time. And that means that the psychological cost of waking up early is quite low, because when I do wake up early, it's not a massive effort for me because I've had enough sleep. And then there's another way in which I think if you're just starting out of trying to wake up earlier, you can kind of tip the scales and help that discipline equation by decreasing the psychological cost of waking up early, is that just start a little bit smaller. Don't aim to make drastic changes to what you're currently doing, but make a 1% improvement, make a 2% improvement, because that's going to be easier to do than going from waking up at 10 a.m. to waking up at 5:30 or 5. If you can maybe wake up at 9 tomorrow and then 8:45 and slowly make those improvements, eventually you'll get to a point where you're waking up early. But it just means that the psychological cost of waking up earlier is lower, and so you're more likely to be disciplined. By doing that and making those small changes, you're actually building momentum. You're slowly building evidence towards the belief that you are someone that does wake up when they say they're going to wake up. And so you're building that momentum. You're writing that story in your head that you tell yourself every day, that I am someone that I can rely on. By doing that, you're going to get to a point where you are someone that does wake up early, and you're going to reap all the benefits of being productive in the morning, working towards your goals, or doing something you enjoy. And then you're going to feel more fulfilled, you're going to feel happier, you're going to feel more positive, and that's going to flow through to the rest of your life. You're then going to be more productive throughout the day because you've already had that 2-hour win in the morning where you've worked on something great. Tackle the discipline equation, and you kind of put things in place to make sure that you can stay disciplined to waking up early. Waking up early actually becomes really easy, and then you achieve what you want to achieve in those first 3 hours. And I think the value in doing that will really flow through to the rest of your life. Anyway, that's it from me. If you enjoyed that video, please hit that like button, leave us a comment on maybe some tactics that you use to wake up early in the morning. But for now, peace and go get it.